Seeing? But I am glad you made mention of this. All these things are intentionally done to exploit the artist. Seeing?
All right, CEtrends family, you just heard how deeply tangled the world of reggae and copyright law can be. It's a complex dance between creating something new, getting inspired by what came before, and making sure everyone gets their fair share. But trust me, this isn't just about legal documents and courtrooms. It's about the heart and soul of music, the fight for recognition, and the legacies of true pioneers. Let's dive into these stories, peeling back the layers to understand why these battles happen and what they mean for the music we love. Here are 10 reggae music legends who found themselves in the hot seat over their iconic songs, counting down to one of the biggest battles in music history.
Telephone a ring, 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 and a ping, 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 ping. And I said no hesitation.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is dancehall star Konshens. You might think a simple caller tune, that little snippet of music you hear when you call someone a small potatoes. But for Konshens, it was big enough to spark a significant copyright win. He sued a telecom company, Airtel, and other service providers in Uganda. Why? They were using his songs as caller tunes, making money off his tracks without his permission, and without paying him a dime in royalties. Konshens won that case, getting a significant sum in compensation. This is a crucial win because it sets a precedent, especially in developing markets, showing that artists have rights even over seemingly small digital uses of their work. It's a clear message. Unauthorized use, no matter how small, is still infringement. All right, CEtrends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. What? Check it. A massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this CEtrends family together. Your support is everything.
Good morning, lovely lady. Gotta tell you how you amaze me. Do this one little thing for me, please. Darling, take.
At number 9, we have Michael May, better known as Flourgon. He's a dancehall artist who made headlines when he sued none other than pop superstar Miley Cyrus. Flourgon claimed that her massive 2013 hit, We Can't Stop, ripped off lyrics from his 1988 song, We Run Things. The key phrase, we run things. Things no run we, which Cyrus sang as we run things. Things don't run we. This was a huge case, initially demanding $300 million. While the exact settlement details were kept private, it was settled out of court, meaning both sides found a middle ground. This case highlights two crucial points. First, the continuing issue of cultural appropriation, where elements of Black and Caribbean music are borrowed by mainstream artists without proper credit or compensation. Second, it shows that even a lesser-known artist can successfully challenge a global pop star when they have a strong case for copyright infringement. It's a victory for the underdog, and a powerful reminder that intellectual property rights apply to everyone, regardless of their fame.
Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? When boys, bad boys, what What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now.
Coming in at number 8 is Inner Circle, the band behind the global hit Bad Boys. Yes, that theme song from the long-running TV show Cops. While Bad Boys became a massive hit and deeply embedded itself in pop culture, the journey to ensure the band received proper payment for its widespread use wasn't always smooth. Licensing their music for film, television, and commercials is big business, and making sure every single usage is accounted for and paid out correctly requires constant vigilance and sometimes legal action. It's a testament to their persistence that a song created decades ago continues to generate revenue, but that revenue only flows if the artists are diligent about protecting their rights and fighting for every penny owed. At number 7, we honor Toots Hibbert of Toots and the Maytals, the man often credited with coining the word reggae itself. His band gave us classics like Pressure Drop and 54 to 46, That's My Number. Toots had a career spanning over 6 decades, and like many pioneers from that era, he faced countless challenges in the music business. The early days of Jamaican music were often characterized by handshake deals, murky contracts, and a lack of understanding about international copyright laws. Artists like Toots, despite their immense talent and cultural impact, frequently found themselves shortchanged on royalties. While specific, large-scale public lawsuits might not always be the story, the underlying reality for many of these legends was a continuous struggle for fair treatment and proper compensation from labels and publishers who held most of the power. His life and the history of many Jamaican artists serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of robust intellectual property rights and ethical business practices in the music industry.
I never have no care from within. My head never
Taking our number 6 spot is Burning Spear, also known as Winston Rodney. This roots reggae giant is known for his spiritual, deeply conscious music, like Marcus Garvey. He's a fiercely independent artist who has always stood for self-reliance and artistic control. While his battles might not always make global headlines in the same way as some pop stars, Burning Spear has been incredibly vocal and active in fighting for his rights. He's gone after publishers who he claimed were not paying him what he was owed, and even those he accused of bootlegging his own music, meaning making and selling his music illegally. He famously said, "You cannot remain silent while people trample on your rights." For artists like Burning Spear, who often emerged from a system where producers and labels held all the power, the fight for proper compensation and ownership is a lifelong mission. His vigilance highlights that even without a huge mainstream hit, the intellectual property of these artists is incredibly valuable and worth fighting for. Halfway through our countdown at number 5, we look at the rhythmic architects, Sly and Robbie. This iconic duo, Sly Dunbar on drums and Robbie Shakespeare on bass, wasn't just a rhythm section. They were innovators. They created the rockers sound, pioneered digital reggae, and worked with everyone from Bob Dylan to Grace Jones. Their influence is immense, spanning thousands of recordings. For a duo so prolific, managing their intellectual property is a monumental task. While you might not hear about them in the same kind of public courtroom dramas as some other artists, their deep involvement in countless productions means they are constantly navigating the intricate world of music rights. Who owns what percentage of the composition? Who gets the publishing royalties? What about neighboring rights for the master recording? For producers and session musicians, especially those who shaped entire genres, careful management and protection of their contributions are absolutely critical to ensure they are credited and compensated fairly for their groundbreaking work.
Rise my health and my strength. So
Climbing to number 4, we have the legendary Peter Tosh. Like his fellow whaler, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh's estate has been in ongoing legal battles. Peter Tosh was a fierce advocate for justice, the legalization of ganja, and human rights. His music, like Legalize It, was revolutionary and ahead of its time. After his tragic passing, the control and licensing of his powerful catalog became a complex issue. These disputes often involve his heirs ensuring that his artistic and financial legacy is managed correctly, that licensing deals are fair, and that royalties are properly accounted for. The legal system can be slow and complicated, and for estates, it means navigating historical contracts and potential competing claims, all while trying to honor the artist's wishes and ensure their work continues to impact the world. It's a continuous effort to protect the intellectual property of an artist who gave so much to the world.
Step out of Babylon and
Our number 3 spot goes to Max Romeo, a roots reggae pioneer whose voice gave us powerful anthems like War, Ina, Babylon, and Chase the Devil. Imagine giving your life to your art, creating timeless music, only to find out decades later that you haven't been paid for countless uses of your work. That's Max Romeo's heartbreaking story. In recent years, he filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Universal Music Group, the same giant involved with Bob Marley's estate. Max Romeo claimed nearly 50 years of unpaid royalties for his songs. Think about it. His music was sampled by massive hip-hop artists like Jay-Z and Kanye West, featured in blockbuster films and video games, and yet he says the money wasn't flowing to him. Sadly, we must acknowledge that Max Romeo passed away in April 2025, while his lawsuit was still ongoing. His death adds a somber note to this discussion, highlighting the urgency and injustice many veteran artists face. His fight, however, continues through his estate as the legal battle aims to rectify decades of alleged exploitation. This case isn't just about Max Romeo. It represents the struggle of countless artists, particularly those from smaller, often overlooked music scenes, who were signed to contracts many years ago without full understanding, and then denied fair compensation by powerful labels who profited immensely from their creativity.
stir it up. Stir it up. Come on, baby.
At a very close number 2, we have the undisputed king himself, Bob Marley. Even after he passed, his music, his image, his very name became a battleground. Imagine the raw power of One Love or Redemption song. You'd think the ownership would be clear, right? But no. His estate, run by his family, has been in a long-running tug-of-war, especially with giant record labels like Universal Music Group. The core of their fight often boils down to something called works made for hire. This is a legal term that basically means, did Bob Marley create these songs as an independent artist, owning all rights? Or was he, in a way, hired by the record label, making them the owners from the start? It's a huge difference when you're talking about millions, no, billions, of dollars in royalties, licensing for movies, commercials, and even merchandise. The Marley family has been trying to get back full control of those iconic recordings, arguing that Bob's creative genius was his own, not something hired. These disputes aren't just about money. They're about preserving the true legacy of a global icon and ensuring his family, and ultimately the culture he represented, benefits fairly from his incredible contributions. It's an ongoing saga that shows just how tricky it can be, even for the biggest stars, when there's no clear will or understanding of these complex contracts from the get-go. All right, CEtrends fam, let's keep it real. We're pouring our hearts into bringing you the best celebrity news and music deep dives. But check it. A massive 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Subscribing is how you can truly support us, helping us grow and create even better content. If you're vibing with what we do, take a sec to hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss out. Let's flip that 98% and build this CEtrends family together. Your support is everything.
Steelely and Clevy anthology from the VP Records anthology series. This album, especially with the passing of my partner, Steeley, in 2009, I think it's important.
And our number one spot, the biggest, most impactful copyright battle currently shaking the global music scene, belongs to Steeley and Clevy. These guys, Wycliffe Johnson and Cleveland Brown, are legends you might not know by name, but you definitely know their sound. They created the fish market Riddim. Now, for those not deep into reggae or dancehall, a riddim is like the instrumental backbone of a song. A beat, a bass line, a feel. Think of it as the DNA of a track. Their fish market Riddim mutated and evolved into the dembow beat, which then became the absolute heartbeat of reggaeton. Every time you hear a reggaeton track by Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee, Karol G, or countless others, chances are you're hearing the echoes of that dembow beat. Steeley and Clevy are now suing a massive list of these global superstars, claiming they used their copyrighted riddim without permission or proper payment. This isn't a small case. It's a monumental legal earthquake. It's asking a fundamental question. Can you copyright a rhythm? A beat that has literally defined an entire genre and spawned countless hits. If Steeley and Clevy win, it could change how music copyright works for shared, foundational rhythms across genres, impacting everything from hip-hop to EDM. It's a case that has the entire music world holding its breath, and its outcome, which is still being battled out in the courts, in 2025 could reshape the future of music creation and compensation for generations to come. This is the big one, folks, and its ripple effects will be felt across every corner of the music industry. So as you can see, these copyright battles are more than just legal squabbles. They're deeply rooted in the history of reggae music, reflecting the struggles of artists to control their creations, get fair pay, and protect their legacies. From the multi-million-dollar lawsuits involving global Riddims to the personal battles for unpaid royalties, these stories shape not only the artists' lives, but also the future of how music is created, shared, and valued. Understanding these battles is crucial for truly appreciating the artists and the music. It also makes us think about who benefits from the art we consume. As fans, it's important to support artists directly, understand where your music comes from, and champion fair play in the industry. We've barely scratched the surface of the fascinating, often turbulent world of celebrity news and the music industry. If you found this deep dive interesting, hit that like button right now. It really helps our channel grow and lets us know you want more content like this. And speaking of more content, if you're passionate about knowing the real stories behind the headlines, then you absolutely need to subscribe to CEtrends. We're committed to bringing you the in-depth analyses and untold stories that you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss out on our next big expose. Ring that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we drop a new video. For even more insight into the hidden corners of the music world, make sure you check out our video on 10 Overlooked Axemen of Reggae, the Real Guitar Heroes. You'll discover incredible talents whose stories deserve to be heard, just like the ones we've covered today. Or the top 10 worst reggae albums of all time. Thank you for tuning in and being part of the CEtrends community. Your engagement fuels our mission to bring you the truth behind the glamour. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep those rhythms flowing.